All right, well, I'm going to call to order this meeting of the Monroe County Board of Commissioners. It is June 30th, 2021. And we will begin with our public statement read by Commissioner Jones.
We, the Monroe County Board of Commissioners, renew our commitment to welcome and protect the rights of all people, regardless of age, race, color, creed, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, marital status, economic status, and national origin. And we affirm the right of every person to live peacefully and without fear, and we will fight and resist at every step discrimination and harmful policies, whatever their source. We also stand in support of our county public school systems, both RBB and MCC-FC.
Great, thank you so much, Commissioner Jones. And I will note for the record that all three members of the Board of Commissioners are present, and hopefully we will be able to keep Commissioner Jones here as the power stays on. We have an agenda item change.
Yes. Move to approve removing item B from the agenda, which is presentation of County Form 144 for the 2022 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, so that material isn't ready yet, and we expect it to be brought back sometime in July. Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on removing item B from the agenda?
Commissioner Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Giffens.
Yes.
Motion is approved 3-0.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And now we will move on to department updates. First, we have Ms. Cottle from the Health Department. Good morning.
Good morning. A few updates. We do remain in a blue advisory. Our numbers are staying about the same. We still have around 28 per 100,000 and about a 2% positivity rate. So we are anxious for those numbers to decrease, but we are holding steady for the moment. This does tell us that the virus is still circulating, and it puts those who are unvaccinated at particular risk for infection, hospitalization, and death. I'm concerned that many who are unvaccinated are applying recommendations for those who are fully vaccinated to themselves. We know that people who are unvaccinated still need to be masking and taking precautions. The good news, we've topped over 50% of our eligible population is fully vaccinated, 55.1% as of yesterday, 54% have received a first dose. And that's good news, but that does leave 45% of our eligible population who are unvaccinated, who may be attending events, going about their normal routine, and often are unmasked. They're going shopping, they're going to sporting events, fairs, festivals, all of those kinds of things. Some may be masked, taking precautions, but I think that some may have felt the opportunity to stop or use them less often. As we move from mass clinics into more routine point of care models, we are also continuing our outreach, and vaccine is being taken to individuals, kind of meeting them where they are. So the Indiana Department of Health mobile unit will be at the fair tomorrow and Friday. And they're going to lots of fairs across the state. And this is to reach those individuals who are going to the fair. They're going to do something fun, but they may not have been vaccinated yet for whatever reason. And so hopefully this will be a good, easy opportunity for people who have not been vaccinated yet to go ahead and be vaccinated while they're enjoying the fair. Locally, we continue our Moderna Mondays, and we will continue those at Miller Drive for the unforeseen future. We We will be there doing those with our routine vaccinations. Staff will be at Mother Hubbard's Cupboard tomorrow, July 1st. And we have additional outreaches planned and things that are ongoing, like the Homebound program. Assembly Hall is still available. We don't have a specific end date for that mass site, but we know that it will not be there long term. So if you've not been vaccinated yet, it's an easy, great place to go for anybody 12 and above. They do have the Pfizer vaccine there. So we encourage everybody to find a location that's easy for you to be vaccinated. And I'm going to end with a word of caution. There was a report this week from a youth camp out of central Illinois. Some campers attended a conference nearby. Well, let me back up. There were 85 teens and adults. Some of those campers also attended a nearby conference, which resulted in an additional 11 cases. At least 70% of the campers and staff were unvaccinated. And camp wasn't checking vaccination status, and masking was not required indoors. There is a risk to children, and they can spread the infection. This is just one example why vaccinations are important, and for those who are unvaccinated, masking, especially when you are indoors and in crowded populations, is important. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ms. Cottle. Great word of caution there. Let's see if there are comments, questions. Commissioner Jones?
It's just particularly concerning that children under the age of 12 still can't be vaccinated, and people, older people who are not vaccinated should not be putting those children at risk.
Yeah. Commissioner Giffens?
Yes, two items. I was at the fair last evening in one of the exhibit booths, and I only saw two individuals whom I would have judged to be under 12 to be wearing their masks. And we need to remind everybody that those that are less than 12 should be masked, period, for their own health and safety. But also I was going to ask, do you know what type of vaccine they're going to be offering at the fair?
They are offering both Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, that extends the age range a bit, so that's awesome. That's great news. Yes, as this Delta variant becomes predominant elsewhere in the country and here as well, we do have to be so careful, and the pandemic isn't over. So that's just a reminder for everyone. So thank you, and we'll see you in a few moments again. All right, let's move on to emergency management. Allison Moore.
Good morning. I am actually in the field today. We are still collecting damage assessments from the June 18th storm. So if you were affected in any way and you do not have flood insurance, even if you have insurance but don't have flood coverage, I encourage you to call 211 or to go to in211.org. And on the top right-hand side of that page, there is a little tab, and Monroe County Assessment is what it's titled, and you can click there and complete the form. If you're a business owner, you do that form the same way. It's just in the household name. You put your business name, and we are getting lots and lots of people that have taken the time to do that. We greatly appreciate that, and we are continue to send our sympathy out to those that are affected. It is more than likely that we will not qualify for FEMA reimbursement. We'll easily meet our county threshold, and we did declare a disaster in Monroe County, but we did not declare a state disaster, and it is unlikely we will meet the state's threshold. But we do have FEMA or federal assistance in town today, and we are showing them some of the local damage that we did in fact receive from that storm. And if their findings match ours, which it does seem that that is the case, we will qualify for what they call SBA loans. It's from the Small Business Administration loan through FEMA. And what will happen is we will have a place set up that we will advertise once this passes through, that you can go in and see if you qualify for a low interest rate loan. Sometimes there's individuals that are affected and they may not have the credit or the means to pay a monthly amount. And so that's scary to them. But if they go through the process and they find that this process doesn't work for them, then there will be an Indiana Disaster Relief Fund that will be provided based on their contents that were lost. That they will then could then in fact just receive. So that is exciting news. There are some steps that those renters and homeowners would have to follow in order to get the Indiana Relief Fund, but there is at least some federal assistance hopefully coming to this area. And when I meet with you next Wednesday, I will have that information for you, just unfortunately not quite yet. We had a blood drive yesterday, and it was very successful, and I'm happy to report that we have now hit our yearly goal, already only halfway into the year, and we have collected 1,000 units of blood. So we are super excited. I'm super excited to announce that. I wish I was like on camera today so you could see, because when I got that email, I was, in the midst of all the rough stuff that we're dealing with. It's so great when we get that good stuff that comes through too. So we do have a drive today. It's our evening drive. So it starts at 2, it goes through 7. We do have some spots still available. So if you're on this call and you've got some available time today and it's something that you wish to donate, I encourage you to go to redcross.org and make an appointment. And then we have our July and August dates scheduled on our county website, co.monroe.in.us. And you can go there and check those dates out. And just another little tidbit back to the storms. We do have all of that information on the county website. So if I rambled something and you missed a website or a number or anything that you might need, you can go to the county website and all the information is there as well. And that's what I have today.
Great, thank you so much, Ms. Moore. Comments, questions, Commissioner Jones?
No, I don't.
Commissioner Giffens?
No, but just thank you to all the residents that have helped donate the blood. That's just fabulous.
I have a question for you because SBA is Small Business Administration, so that loan program may be available for individual residents.
It is available if we qualify, and we will find that out hopefully shortly. Hopefully by the end of today, we will find that information out. It will be for renters and landlords, homeowners, and business owners. Any of those individuals that do not have flood insurance. And sometimes that gets confusing. So even if you have home insurance or you have renter's insurance, but flood is not covered, then you would qualify if we do in fact get through this process for SBA loans.
Excellent.
Good question.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the clarification. It sounds strange, but it's true. And I would assume that that information will be on the website as soon as it is verified.
It will, yes.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Moore. Next, we turn to Ms. Ridge. Good morning.
Good morning. So I think Lee's correct. You might lose your electricity again because I'm hearing thunder and I've heard that there's a lot of storms over on the west side right now. I did want to report tomorrow, Rogers Street, since we did have some damage to the asphalt at that bridge down in Clear Creek, just north of Business Old 37 South. It will be closed tomorrow to put the remainder of the asphalt back that was washed away or milled off to fix the bridge. So I would stay out of that area for tomorrow, and that of course is weather permitting. We plan on taking our paving equipment down south to Ketchum Road area and start that next week. We are in the process of starting our community crossing applications for the next round. That opens on Tuesday. So we've been preparing our numbers for that. We were awarded $407,000 in the first round, so I think we can submit another $580,000 for this round. So, and that will all be paving projects. So we're trying to build a good paving program through community crossings to where we can get more roads paved in this county. So other than that, that's pretty well all I have.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's see if there are comments or questions. Commissioner Jones?
more roads being paved is always a good thing to hear.
Commissioner Githens?
Yes, and Ms. Ridge knows that I've already heard from constituents wanting their roads paved, so I'm pleased to hear this.
I know you guys hear it every day also.
I bet. And thanks again to the crew for keeping up with, I know there've been a lot of trees that have come down and just because the soil is so saturated and just a big shout out to them for staying on top of all of that. There's a lot going on and it's not predictable stuff. So we appreciate their hard work on that.
Thank you. I will pass that on. We have someone retiring today, so they'll all be in the same room to send him off after 24 years of service with the county.
Wow, congratulations. And that is excellent. Appreciate that. And we will see you in a little bit. Thank you. All right. Next, we have an update on the Regional Opportunity Initiative from Ms. Peterson. Good morning.
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much. Thanks for allowing me to join you today. I really appreciate this opportunity to talk to you about READY and a resolution from your body in support of this opportunity to move forward. I am today wearing my hat of Regional Opportunity Initiatives versus the Community Foundation, but I can tell you both are supportive of this opportunity. For those of you who don't know, and I think all of you do, that Regional Opportunity Initiatives is a 6-year-old organization that was created when the Lilly Endowment funded initiative in this part of our state, 11 counties of what we now call the Indiana Uplands, to really advance economic and community prosperity across our region of about 406,000 people, right in 4,000 square miles. And of course, Monroe County is the largest county in our region. And so this work has been ongoing, and our organization is focused primarily on quality of place and on workforce education and workforce development. This opportunity, as you likely know, came upon us relatively quickly. It was passed by the General Assembly in April, announced by IEDC in May, and with the encouragement that we affirm our regions, and by July 1st, let them know that we have a region of counties that's interested in pursuing this opportunity to really look at projects and programs, which is important because the last time they did this work, it was only projects, and this time it will include programs as well, which I think is significant. That in the buckets of quality of place, quality of life, innovation and entrepreneurship, and talent development and talent attraction. We just, we have this opportunity now, once we confirm our region, to move forward with working with regions across, counties across the region to identify those projects and programs that we believe should be part of a regional development plan that builds off of what is an existing strategic plan that we have for the Indiana Uplands region. We're really focused on moving 3 numbers, right, overall, through our work together in this region. That is post-secondary attainment, per capita income, and reverse population decline in our rural areas primarily. And so today I'm just coming to you asking, for your support of for this county to participate in READY. We do not yet know exactly what programs and projects we will identify as essential and relevant for READY. But we do know that if we don't take this step, we do not have the opportunity to participate. We have the opportunity to secure up to $50 million for our region. We will have to provide some match money. So it is a significant opportunity. It's also an intense one because we have to have our strategy completed by the end of August. And we have a team assembled and we are going to be on overdrive. So that's really, I'm really happy to answer any questions. But that overall, that's what we're hoping to accomplish today, and then what we need to accomplish in the next 2 months.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ms. Peterson. We appreciate you providing this information. And let's see first if there are comments or questions. Commissioner Jones?
I'm just looking forward to seeing what programs and all get chosen. It'll be an interesting process and hopefully a very helpful one.
Thank you.
Commissioner Giffens?
I am so in awe of Ms. Peterson. She wears so many hats and does everything so well. So we're lucky to have you helping with these things.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. This is really an exciting opportunity. We don't know what it will entail, but anything that assists this region assists us. And it doesn't necessarily have to happen in Monroe County, but it will help all of us. Let me ask, Mr. Cockrell, are you still, oh, there you are. Do we need to do a formal approval?
We actually have it as item E on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we, oh, I guess what I'm asking is if my colleagues are okay with it, rather than keep Ms. Peterson here, I wonder if we could go ahead and move this up to item A. And then we could hear it very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and make that motion and see if you're all okay with that. Ms. Peterson, we're going to have you stay with us a little longer into our regular business, but if we can move this up. So I'm going to go ahead and make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Giffens.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We're going to get back to you very shortly, if that's okay. All right. Thank you. Excellent. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and open this up to public comment. If we don't have any other department heads, I'm going to double check that too. Make sure we don't have any other department heads that are waiting to speak. And I don't see any. So with that, we will open this up to public comment. This is for items that are not on our agenda. There is a 3-minute time limit, just as there is a 3-minute time limit for all of our agenda items. When you reach 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will hear a tone. And when you hear that tone, you have 30 seconds left to wrap up your final comments and ideas. And so let's see if there's anyone from the public who wishes to offer comment on an item not on our agenda. And I do not see any. So with that, we will go ahead and move on to the next item, please.
Move to approve the minutes for June 23rd, 2021.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Any comments, questions, or edits?
No.
No.
Okay. Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on approval of minutes, June 23rd, 2021?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Move approval of the claims docket, accounts payable June 30th, 2021, and payroll July 2nd, 2021.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and we have Mr. Miller to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Morning, Commissioners. The total for accounts payable was $3,699,631.84. $1,539,090.67 was for the 2020 GO bond principal and interest payment. $563,817.50 was a combination of the 2013, 2015, and 2020 RDC bond principal and interest payments. $329,783.34 was for May food and beverage tax distribution. And finally, $289,091.97 was for Milestone Contractors LP for paving Mount Gilead Road, Hines Road, and Center Street. My personal favorite with payroll, total was $1,676,759.57. Approximately 70% were direct costs for the main and supplemental payrolls, and the remaining approximately 30% were indirect costs for the payroll-related AP claim items.
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Miller. Let's see if there are comments or questions. Commissioner Jones?
No, but I don't.
Commissioner Githens?
No, thanks.
Okay, excellent. Let's see if there's any public comment on this item. Just raise your hand at the bottom of the Zoom screen and we will identify you and bring you over to the panel. I do not see any hands raised. So with that, Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on approval of claims docket accounts payable June 30th, 2021 and payroll July 2nd, 2021?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Githens.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Thank you.
All right, excellent, thank you. And I will note for the record that we have received a report from Weights and Measures, May 16th to June 15th, 2021 time period. And with that, we will move on to new business, which we're going to start with item E.
Move to approve resolution 2021-32.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and we have a second. We've already heard from Ms. Peterson on this. Let's see if Mr. Cockrell needs to add anything on this item.
I don't think there's really much to be added other than to say that there was a template on that's included in the packet. That template has been completed to demonstrate it is Monroe County supporting this project. And I think Ms. Peterson has already indicated why that's necessary and why we should do it.
Great, excellent. Let's go ahead and first to see if my colleagues have any additional comments or questions.
No.
Okay, and let's see if there's any public comments on this item. I do not see any hands raised on Zoom. So with that, Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on resolution 2021-32?
Commissioner Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones. Commissioner Githens.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Ms. Peterson, for being here today. We really appreciate you. All right. Now we'll move on to item A, please.
Move to approve an amendment to extend the agreement for the operation of a COVID testing site with City of Bloomington, IU, and IU Health. Fund name, COVID Health Cares, Fund number 8908.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second, and I guess we should start with Ms. Caudle, if you don't mind.
Certainly. As you know, since last fall, we started a community testing site for COVID-19 on Morton Street, 640 South Morton. That was a partnership. It included a grant from the state, which ran through June. And this is really just extending our agreements with the parties involved to keep that site open through July. And Mr. Cockrell has been wonderful in handling all of the details of those agreements. So very appreciative of that.
Excellent. Mr. Cockrell, do you want to add anything?
Just a quick roundup that we're talking really about 4 different agreements when we're doing this. The first is with the cleaner. They charge $2,300 a month. The second is our agreement with Medics, which we had a not to exceed amount of over $400,000, and there is a wealth of room left in that agreement. I think we were at about $220,000 when I got the update from them. So they're okay with proceeding just upon us letting them know we're going to extend it for a month. One is a lease agreement, which we have a letter from IU Health indicating that they're going to extend that lease on the same terms as we had before. And the fourth is one that I think is actually the addendum to the agreement, which we've had both IU Health and the city of Bloomington sign, which simply states, and this is really the only change other than that's really necessary, is that therefore the parties agree that the agreement for operation of a COVID-19 testing center in Monroe County, Indiana is extended until July 31st, 2021, and all terms remain in place for that duration. I mean, we didn't have it in the packet, so I thought that was important to read in, but really they're all pretty straightforward.
Excellent. Thank you both so much. Comments, questions, Commissioner Jones?
I'd like to thank the state for making this possible. It's certainly been wonderful to have this testing site, and keeping it going for another month is a very good thing.
Commissioner Gittens?
Yeah, especially with this Delta variant kind of rearing its ugly head, it's nice to know we have this available. And then I have to say, I was on a call with people at IU Health, and they immediately said, of course, we want to make sure this continues in our community. So kudos to them too.
Yeah, they've been great supporter, and thanks to all of the partners who made this possible. If this gets approved, Ms. Cottle, what will the testing availability be in Monroe County starting July 1st, which is tomorrow?
It will stay the same. We have a multitude of options for testing in the community. The Morton Street site will maintain its 5 days a week. They are closed on Thursday and Sunday. And they have some evening hours, Saturday hours, so it varies a little bit, but that site will still remain. You can make an appointment and make it very, very quick, or you can walk in and they will take care of you, but it just takes a little longer if you don't have all of that registration pre-done. So we will take care of you either way, but there are lots of opportunities. Testing will also be changing just in terms of point of care, right? It will become more normal at what you'll get at your provider's office and, you know, the pharmacy clinics and things like that moving forward. But we want to provide this extension to just allow people a little bit longer for this extremely accessible site that is free. The other testing sites, some are free, some are not, depends on the tests that you're getting and what program they're a part of. So always ask if you are going somewhere else about the charges and the programs that they have.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. Yes, very good. Let's go ahead and see if there are any comments from the public. Just simply raise your hand in Zoom, and we will call on you. I do not see any. So thank you again, Ms. Cottle, for working on this. I know it was very last minute, but it's nice to have this for one more month. And Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on the amendment to extend the agreement for the operation of the COVID testing site?
Commissioner Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yeah.
Commissioner Gittens.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. All right, item C, please.
Move to approve Premier Painting Agreement, Fund Name, Cumulative Capital Development, Fund Number 1138, in the amount of $7,100.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Mr. Crum, good morning.
Good morning, commissioners. I hope everyone's well. Commissioner Jones, I'm glad to see they're keeping your life lit up over there for us to keep on. So what I bring to you this morning is a one-time service agreement for repairs to paint and plaster in our Monroe County Courthouse. We have several areas, which include the Nat U Hill room, some areas on the third floor ceilings, and some decorative columns that extend from the second floor up to the dome that over time have been damaged due to previous roof leaks and just degeneration of the plaster and paint. So this agreement serves to have them come in and try to get our courthouse looking new again on the inside. So
Excellent. It's nice to have that spruced up before we may return soon.
Precisely.
Well, let's see, comments, questions.
Yeah,
Commissioner
the
Jones?
courthouse is a wonderful building, a real community asset, and keeping it well maintained is an important thing, and it's also just fun to see it looking really nice.
And when it's roughly 117 years old, it's constant upkeep and maintenance. So this has been something we dealt with for years. You just have to go around and do it every once in a while. So the time has definitely came for it.
Yeah. Commissioner Githens?
No, just thank you.
Thank you.
And what is the time frame?
I'm reaching out to them. They're looking towards the end of July before the contractor would be able to come in. And he's also trying to work with us with the fact that we have meetings in the NatU Hill and we're getting ready to go live. The contractor is aware and he's trying to work with us on that situation as well.
Excellent. Yeah, that will need to be done. Excellent. Let's see if there's any public comment on this item. Just raise your hand in the Zoom screen. I do not see any. So, Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on the motion to approve the Premier Painting Agreement?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes,
Commissioner Githens.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you so much. All right, next item, please.
move to approve resolution 2021-31, building department surplus property.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Mr. Cockrell, will you please tell us all about this?
Yes, the building department has a 2010 Toyota truck that is no longer adequate for their needs. And this is the getting it out of our highway garage and putting it up for auction to get some money back for it. And honestly, I think right now, given the auto market, is probably a really good time to get a good number back.
Our best opportunity. Comments, questions, Commissioner Jones?
No, I don't.
Commissioner Githens?
Yeah, are you saying there's a bright side to COVID or what here? I mean,
Well, only if you're selling a vehicle, not if you're buying.
Right. All right, very good. Excellent. And let's see if there's any public comment on this item. I do not see any. So with that, will you please call the roll, sir, on resolution 2021-31?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes,
Commissioner Githens.
yes.
Motion is approved, 3-0.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We've already taken care of item E, so we will move on to item F, please.
move to approve a quote for AccuBrine system with cargo. Fund name, motor vehicle highway, fund number 1176, in the amount of $93,528.33.
Second.
Excellent. Good morning again, Ms. Ridge.
Good morning. So yes, we are in the process of putting in a new brine system at the highway garage facility. We had received $285,000 from NDOT as part of the transfer agreement with the I-69 project to help with this brine system startup system. On the quote, you will see that there was I believe Toby talked about it last week, about the optional adding of the additive to V2 blend unit. It's at the cost of $10,785. We do believe we have the funding to add that in if that's possible into this quote. That would bring the total to $104,313.33. We're in the process of having the building designed. It'll be a basic building that'll house the AccuBrine system. We have the quotes for the tanks that will go into the trucks. So we're moving right along, and it's our goal to have this up and running for the upcoming winter. Of course, everything is moving kind of slowly with materials and parts and things like that, but we're trying to work forward to get this system complete. It'll mainly be used for our bridges when we begin this project. It's new for Monroe County Highway Department. NDOT has used this system for many years. It seems to work really well. We've reached out to other counties that use it. And then it's our goal to increase the capabilities of the brine system to take it past bridges and take it out into roads that have significant hills and things like that for prepping the roads for upcoming winter storm events.
Excellent. Can you give us that updated amount one more time? I was a little slow on the uptake on my pen here.
$104,313.33. And you'll see the number on the quote, the main system of being that $93,528.33. And then the optional adding additive to V2 blend unit is $10,785.
Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that we amend our agenda item to reflect the updated pricing of $104,313.33.
Second.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Let's do, Mr. Cocker, would you please do a roll call on the amendment to the motion?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Githens.
Yes.
Motion is approved 3-0.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And now we're back with our amended agenda item. Commissioner Jones, comments, questions?
I'm happy to see us moving towards this system. It'll be great on our bridges and even better when we can get it going for the roads.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're excited for this new system. We really are. It's and it was a great opportunity. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commissioner Githens?
Yeah, this will save the county money. It will save lives, and it's better for the environment even. So kudos. I mean, again, all around, this is a great move.
Yeah, that's really great. I appreciate the hard work on getting all of this put together because I know that wasn't easy. Let's go ahead and see if there are any members of the public who wish to offer comment on this agenda item. Just click on the raise hand feature in Zoom. Do not see any. So with that, Mr. Cocker, will you please call the roll on the amended motion for the AccuBrine system with cargo?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Githens.
Yes.
Motion is approved 3-0.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Ridge. We don't have any appointments today. And just a couple of quick announcements. Just a reminder that there are board and commission openings. So please review that list at co.monroe.in.us and apply to serve on our boards and commissions. Also a note that Monroe County government will be closed on July 5th in observance of Independence Day on July 4th, and happy 4th of July to everyone from all of us. And let's see if my colleagues have anything else they wish to add. Commissioner Jones, Commissioner Githens?
Well, unless the governor extends the emergency order, we'll be back in person next week, but we'll also be doing this hybrid is my understanding. And I really appreciate the fact that through all this, we've had better attendance at our meetings because of Zoom. And so I hope people will continue to dial in.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yes, so we will have to see what happens by the end of the day today, but it may very well be that we will be back at the courthouse on July 7th, which is our next meeting at 10 a.m. But either way, you can catch us on Zoom. If you're not sure about where meetings are going to be held, those updates will be available on our calendar. Just go to co.monroe.in.us. You can see the calendar at the bottom of the page. And all of the meeting locations will be updated if and when they're ready. So excellent. And with that, we have a couple items on our work session. for our work session. And so is 10 minutes appropriate to come back? Okay. So we will come back at 10:55 a.m. to hear our work session. But for now, our regular session is adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Be well.